It is 5 a.m. at LaGuardia Airport. There we go. There's that. Wow, is it hard to do this in an airport? Please step forward and board for departure. Gate number 40. It is 5 a.m. at LaGuardia Airport, and I'm that jerk filming a vlog. So I am here at the airport at 5 a.m. and I got a bunch of stuff. Got my Think Tank Security V3, got my Wander 31 Provoke, and I got another bag I just checked full of gear. Because this is the first time I'm flying in quite a while, and this is the first time I'm carrying a ton of gear since I got hurt in November. So I am flying out to Shutterfest in St. Louis to teach 3 classes, then jump over to Vegas, meet up with Fernando and the Adorama crew and go cover NAB, the broadcasting trade show. So I am throwing myself right back into it after being on the bench for quite a while, at least when it comes to carrying a lot of gear and being on the road and doing some things and having like fuller kits on me. But either way, I'd be lying if I didn't say the broken disc that I suffered in my back is not on my mind constantly. Every little step I take, I'm like, what? And I'm just a little freak outish. But I just got through packing and getting through security, so that's my biggest hurdles right now. I'm kind of way relaxed after that, because if you know what it's like to fly with a ton of photo gear, you know it's the same story. They pull you to the side, flip open the case, and then they got to check everything. You got to explain some stuff, and you move on with your life. But oh my God, it's tough. So I guess hopefully this vlog gives you guys an insight to what it's like to travel with gear, to do speaking jobs at shows, even though it was my first time shooting at Shutterfest. You know, I've been speaking for a while, so I'm not too worried about that. But, oh, good announcement. But I hear it's a really fun show and it's my kind of crowd, so we'll see what happens. This is a special. And the room, not so bad, man. Yeah, I can do this. So the Shutterfest speaker meeting is full of people. I don't know if they are all speakers or some are assistants, but everybody seems to know each other. I don't know any of them. That's not true. I do know a few, but I guess I'll just stay antisocial. I don't know. I do not know where I'm going to teach this shutter drag class, which is the one class that seems to have filled up fast, and I guess I got to really throw down for. But there is mad light in this place. Like, what? So I've been scouring this whole hotel in the first hour I've been here, just trying to find any scrap of low light with an area that's worth shooting, you know, not like in a boiler room or something, which would be cool. But yeah, so it looks like I'm still leaning on that second floor I saw before in that gorgeous area, although someone's now telling me that it might be off limits. So I don't know, verdict is still out on where I'm going to do these classes, but it seems very like, hey, you meet up in a place and then you go scatter. It doesn't seem like they're set rooms, so I don't know. Hopefully it works out. I think I'm going to go up there and just try to block out as much light as I can and sneak like 50 people up there. Nothing go wrong. I don't know.
It's like a pharmaceutical commercial. Do you someone you love?
This is going to make everyone think I have ED.
All right, so I got here, but the big problem is all this beautifulness, because I got to do a class that involves low light, shutter drags. You know what that's about if you're on my channel. All this light doesn't help me, but I found some gremlin space up there, those dark windows right there. I'm going to sneak up there and do my class over there. And hopefully it goes well. I think I'm going to cinefoil out the lights that are up there and just make something happen.
So you're okay with behind the scenes kitchen, right?
Behind the scene what? Yeah, whatever. I mean, I sold my soul to Adorama like a million years ago, so it doesn't matter. I also am going to use cinefoil. How many of you guys know what cinefoil is? Cinefoil, I did a whole video on it on my channel. I like F11 because I really just want to make sure we're controlling the space. ISO 100, 200 of a second. Why am I in? Alright, so I'm completely blacked out. Instead of key light, background light, that kind of stuff, we're gonna do it. Alright, somehow this is in group B, so we're gonna roll with it. Alright. Yes.
So you're setting your aperture for your flash.
Right. So this is not gonna be the prettiest light, but what I'm gonna do is, so if she's basically getting there. Focus, right? Get the plane kind of where I want it. Lock it down. Towards the color. And then when the color changes, your head is going to flash. You know what that is? This streak is the catch light in her eye making that weird squiggle. Oh, this tastes like a Chinatown basement. This is called a Brooklyn softbox.
Wow.
This is not a fix, but if you're in a jam and you're just trying to go, I need bigger diffused light.
Wow.
So
Wow, me too. I like
it
it.
gets better, guys, because when you buy the whole set, you get the Brooklyn reflector. And this,
Oh god, that's the low version.
Yes.
I flew here with this because everywhere I've ever gone outside of New York, 30% of the time, it's brown. Okay, so a pizza box, a balloon, and a bag. And by the way, someone's taking this home because I'm not flying home in a pizza box, okay? And I'm giving away a bunch of my kit on the way out of here because it's all just like, I mean, you won't wait.
I'm not on the floor. I have no problem.
I just want to stretch the high street.
Alright, so I am here in St. Louis Airport. Just got finished with Shutterfest. I am beat to hell. It was a crazy, intense 3 days, but it was cool. Regardless, I'm here in the airport waiting forever because the airline that I'm flying, which will not be named, they only show up to the gates when there might be a flight, sort of, kind of, in a way, and I've got a lot of gear to check and I don't want to play games, so I have to sit here in the closed down restaurant portion of the airport because there's no waiting area and just wait for someone from the airline to at least show up so I can check my bags, get going, and then head over through TSA with all the other gear, go through that mess, and then we are on a flight over to Vegas. I'm pretty amped for that. This airport, not so much. All right, so I just got through Shutterfest here in St. Louis, and I got my cases full of gear, and I'm gonna head over to Vegas to go meet up with Fernando and the rest of Adorama to then gear up, crew up, and go storm NAB for you guys. So we're gonna see what's going on the floor, see some old friends, see what's going on. I think this is our first trade show coverage since the whole pandemic, and we're pretty anxious to get out there and just see what's going on, see what has been happening inside this industry in general, but more than not, we just want to get back to kind of some sort of normalcy and just see what's going on in the trade. I mean, we haven't seen some of these people in a couple of years, so I'm pretty excited about that. And the thing that's going to happen though is I've got one night to myself before I join them, which means I'm in Vegas by myself and I am going broke gambling. Oh no. So I am 5 minutes deep here in Vegas. I mean, literally 5 minutes. I was gonna film this epic opening the door and showing you guys the nice room in there. And I left my key cards in there, so I can't get in. Left my phone in there and the keys to the room, and now I gotta wait for someone to show up. But the icing on the cake is I got no shoes. So I just ran down to the lobby full of people with no shoes, looking like a homeless janitor as usual, but the no shoes thing is like icing on the cake. But I do have my ID on me, so I will be able to get back in that room when they show up. But this is 5 minutes deep. I'm covered in sweat from the airport after many delays and a really shady flight. Pro content producer right here, guys, right here. Sorry, Fernando. It can only go up from here, right? So I got in thanks to my man over here. Thank you so much.
Hopefully you have some luck.
Oh no, I'm gonna throw all my money down right now on a 50-50. I can't. How could I have worse luck, right?
Well, they had the guy that won the lottery ticket.
Yeah.
And then something happened with the clerk, so then he picked different numbers. And that's how you won.
I can feel it in my bones.
Yeah, she told him something, so he changed his numbers and he hit it.
Claudio, thank you so much. Enjoy your night, man. All right, so a delay like no other on an airline. I didn't want to fly from St. Louis to Vegas. Well, it worked out because I got this baller room. Yeah, I spent, I think, probably 8 hours at an airport to get here, and I'm gonna go wash that airport off and then go find some food and do something tonight. But pretty baller room, I'm gonna say. All for just me to do nothing. All right, day one without Fernando here. I, of course, went gambling to fill some time and ate a bunch of overpriced food because being here in Vegas on the Strip is like being trapped in Times Square. They know they got you. But other than that, went gambling and oh yeah, we got it going. So I did pretty good. My system usually is I drop $100 down on a 50-50, and if I win, that's my gambling money, and if I lose, I don't gamble again for the rest of the trip. And the reason I do this is because a lot of times when I work here in Vegas, over the course of the year, you do it a few times and you're gambling at the same time. You're wondering why you're not making the money you think you're supposed to be making. Well, you're blowing on the table. So this way, I only lose $100 maximum on any Vegas trip. But this time, so far, oh, is it warm in here? Ooh, I'm doing pretty good. I tripled my money here. Or is that even English? Not too bad. So hopefully Fernando gets here to stop my urge from going down there to blow it again. And then he'll be like, what are you doing? What are you doing? But hey, not a bad start. All right, so it is pretty early in the morning. I think like 6, maybe 5:30 something. And I'm gonna go meet Fernando in a couple hours, grab some coffee, and head over to the first day of NAB. But he's got to borrow my Z9 because he's wanted to try it out. So we're gonna do it at NAB. Throw some Angel Bird cards in there, and this is with the new firmware update too. So he's excited to try it out. And yeah, I brought it for Shutterfest, but he's gonna bring his game onto it for NAB for video. So it's kind of interesting. We're both trying out the firmware, both on stills and video. But let's go hit some tables first, and then go deal with Fernando.